There is an unspoken tension that arrives right alongside the holiday season, one that we rarely discuss around the dinner table or write about in holiday cards. We talk endlessly about the logistics of travel, the stress of buying the perfect gifts, and the effort it takes to coordinate schedules, but we stay quiet about the emotional friction of stepping back into our family systems. The truth is, family boundaries during the holidays are the ones absolutely nobody talks about, because on a fundamental level, it feels wrong to need them in the first place. These are the people who raised us, the siblings we grew up with, the relatives we hold dear. We tell ourselves that because love is present, limits shouldn't be. Surely, if you love someone deeply, you should be able to give them unlimited access to your time, your energy, and your emotional reserves. But love and capacity are not the same thing, and this is the vital truth we have to reconcile. Even the people you love most in this world can completely drain you if there are no limits in place. When we enter the holiday season, we aren't just entering a festive period, we are entering a unique emotional pressure cooker. Holidays are characterized by highly unstructured time, close physical quarters, and a return to old, deeply ingrained family dynamics. You might be a fully independent, thriving adult in your daily life, but the moment you step across the threshold of your childhood home, a strange regression happens. Suddenly, without even realizing it, everyone slips back into their old roles. You become the peacekeeper again, or the rebel, or the child who has to keep everyone happy. When you combine those ancient unspoken roles with 48 hours of constant, inescapable togetherness, your nervous system is bound to get overwhelmed. So how do we navigate this without causing a rift? And how do we protect our peace while still participating in the celebration? The work begins long before the first suitcase is packed. And it starts with a moment of radical honesty with yourself. You have to identify and name what you actually need to recharge your batteries. This isn't about making demands. It is about knowing your own operating system. For you, maybe recharging looks like an hour of absolute quiet in the morning with your coffee before the rest of the house wakes up. Maybe it is a daily solitary walk in the crisp afternoon air, away from the chatter and the noise, just to clear your head. Or perhaps most importantly, it is the decision to step down from the exhausting job of managing everyone else's mood. Many of us spend the holidays on high alert, trying to preemptively diffuse arguments, soothe hurt feelings, and ensure everyone else is having a perfect experience. Recognizing that you are not the emotional caretaker of the household is a boundary in itself. Once you have identified these needs, the next step is the most challenging, but the most crucial. You have to communicate them before you arrive. If you wait until you are already feeling claustrophobic, frustrated, or running on empty, your attempt to set a boundary will not sound like self-care. It will sound like a declaration of war. It will come out in a moment of conflict, fueled by irritation, and your family will likely receive it as a rejection. Instead, speak up early when everyone is calm and the atmosphere is light. Let them know ahead of time, casually but firmly, how you plan to manage your energy. You can easily say that you are looking forward to the trip and that you also plan to take a quiet hour to yourself each afternoon to read, or that you'll be stepping out for a daily walk to keep your routine steady. By setting the expectation early, you remove the element of surprise and take the emotional charge out of your eventual departure from the room. When the time comes to actually execute these moments of pause, you must actively practice letting go of the need to control or manage everyone else's experience. So if you slip away for a walk, the house might get messy, a minor disagreement might happen, or someone might feel briefly disappointed that you aren't in the room. You have to allow those things to happen. You cannot carry the weight of everyone's holiday joy on your shoulders. When you step away, you must also allow yourself to say those simple words, "I need an hour," without carrying the heavy baggage of guilt that almost always tries to follow you out the door. We have been conditioned to believe that setting a limit with family is an act of selfishness, but the reality is quite the opposite. When we refuse to set boundaries, we don't actually become more loving. Instead, we become resentful, irritable, and emotionally checked out. We might physically be in the room, but we are defensive, sharp, and waiting for the next spark to ignite. Setting boundaries with the people you love is not a rejection of them. It is a profound act of preservation for the relationship itself. It is how you ensure that when you are present, you are truly there, patient, warm, and capable of genuine connection. Boundaries are the bridge that allows us to stay close without losing ourselves. By giving yourself permission to have limits, you aren't pulling away from your family, you are simply gathering the strength you need to show up as your absolute best self.